Hey guys, it's Bella and welcome to my channel. So for today's video I have my January monthly setup and I'm using this kit from Press, which this was the Blast Off themed kit using the artwork from 𝚜𝚑𝚘𝚗𝚎𝚎, Jess. And I really love this artwork. I didn't use it as like a weekly kit, but when I saw this monthly kit I knew I had to have it. So yeah, and I did also pick up the deco sidebar just to try something different, and I just wanted to flip through and show you how I've been setting up my notes pages. So this is the front page, which is sort of like the first dashboard. So I have my playlist section and then also some dates to remember, and then my currently section and a little vision board area. So my currently section has, you know, like what I'm watching and reading and my social media stats and whatnot, and then my vision board is sort of like some monthly goals and then like a running to-do list. And I did also decorate those using some Tombow markers, so I will leave the color, like the color numbers, I guess, the color codes in the description, because I did personally pick those to match the monthly kit that I'm using, and I think that's what I'm going to do going forward. So yeah, whenever I do my monthly sort of setup, I will kind of mention in the description the Tombow colors in case it's something that you want to do as well. And one thing I did notice is that the like the strips and things are just a little bit too long for this planner. I did try to cut it down while I was planning, but I don't know if it's like my blade is dull because I've had my slice tool for quite a while, or maybe it's because this paper is like kind of a thicker premium matte that it just didn't really cut through it. So I did attempt to sort of like trim this on camera, and then I kind of gave up, and then off camera I ended up fixing it with scissors because it did like kind of cut through in a sense, like it did score it at least, but it didn't cut all the way through. So then once I used scissors it was easy to cut it. So yeah, just something that I noticed. But obviously if you have like a different kind of planner, it may fit a little bit better. But all the stickers pretty much worked. It was just that they were like a little bit too long, and I think with like the labels and things I need to like line it up exactly on the lines rather than like inside the lines, if that makes sense, because that's what I was trying to do. But I think if I line things up like directly on the lines, then it'll fit better, if that makes sense. You'll see what I mean when I kind of go into the plans. But yeah, so the first thing I marked down was that on the 4th my dermatologist clinic reopened because they did close for you know, the Christmas New Year's break. So I wanted to mark that down because obviously that means that I can start my light therapy again. So yeah, I just used a little icon from the kit. And then on the 4th I marked in that I mailed out my girlfriend's gift. That's like her sort of Christmas birthday gift, which I mentioned in my last video, which was my sort of like New Year's week plan with me. I sort of talked about like the gifts that we're sending each other for like Christmas, birthday, and like kind of our game plan for that. So yeah, and then on the 5th I marked in that it was payday from work, so I just used the little payday flag. And then I also wanted to mark in that I had work that day. So I have this work script which is from Arctic Paper Studio, and then I was tempted to put it on like a label and use like an icon, but then I wanted to use like some of the more generic icons for like K-pop things, because that's what I had done in my previous planner, was use, you know, like asterisks and hearts and different things for that. And then I was like, oh, I could layer it on the washi, but the washi was kind of dark. So I ended up just layering it with some deco from the kit and just kind of leaving it like that. And I think it looked all right. And considering I don't have too many work days this month, it kind of worked out well. Because this is sort of like my final month at my work, because I was only sort of hired for the like Christmas retail sort of season. So now that that's kind of like ending, so is my position, I guess. So yeah. So then on the 6th I marked in that my Apple Music was due, which I actually just load my Apple account with like a gift card. So then my Apple Music, my Viki subscription, and my iCloud all come out from like a gift card rather than it coming out of my bank account, in a sense, which is actually really good, because then that way it's like I can buy like a $50 gift card and that lasts like a couple months, and then, you know, once that runs low I just buy another gift card. So yeah, I don't know. My dad, that's how my dad like does his Apple Music subscription. He just buys like gift cards and does that, and then he can use the gift card for other things as well. Like if he wants to buy like apps or music or whatever he wants to do. So yeah, I thought I would sort of share that. And then on the 6th, I also had my delivery from my US, which was just like my mail forwarding. So it included this kit and a few other things, which I did post on Instagram, and I am in the process of filming a haul. I'm still waiting for a few more items, and then my Black Friday haul will go up. So when those items come in, I'll be able to share that with you. And then I also had my driving lesson. So I just marked in driving with the little car icon, but I didn't actually like write on the page just because, again, I think I mentioned this in my previous video that because this planner is quite new, the coil gets in the way quite a lot because the size difference between the pages, even when it's folded, is quite obvious. So it's kind of hard to write in like next to the coil. So I did end up filling that in off camera. So yeah, and then moving on to like sort of the next part of the week, or the next part of the month, I mean, I marked in that 𝚑𝚘𝚘𝚘 which is a K-pop group, is having their comeback on the 11th, which is super exciting because it's like their sort of first full album, which is really sort of just like a repackage of the single albums that they came out with last year, plus like a few new songs. And one of the songs that's on the track list is something that I have been waiting for like the longest time, because when I got into them, it was like the first song that I heard. So yeah, I'm very, very excited to have like a studio, like a proper studio version of that song. Yeah, and then I marked in payday on the 12th, which is also just payday from work. And then I marked in my health insurance is due on the 13th, and I also marked in that season 2 of A Discovery of Witches is starting, which that's like my mum's favorite show, and she's been talking about it for like ages. So yeah. And then on the 18th, I marked in that AB6 is coming out with like a repackaged album, which AB6 is another K-pop group. But yeah, they came out with like a mini album, I think it was in November, and so they're doing like a repackaged album, which basically just means they add like a couple of new songs to the album, and they kind of come out with like new photo cards and like a new concept and whatnot. But yeah. And then on the 19th, there's 2 K-pop comebacks that I'm looking forward to, that I kind of like want to dive deeper into these groups. So it's 𝚑𝚑𝚘𝚙 and then 𝚑𝚑𝚘𝚘𝚑. So yeah, very exciting. And then also put payday, because my paydays are always on Tuesdays. And then I also marked in that I'm going to lunch at Nobu with my dad, because that's my typical like birthday celebration, is that we go out for lunch to the casino. But instead of booking it for my birthday week, he actually booked it for the week after, just because my dad recently moved house, so he's kind of like still in the process of, you know, settling into the new house and whatnot. And I think also just he might have had other things to do this week that's coming up. So yeah, which is fine because I actually have like the week off that week anyways. So very excited for that. And then I think I just moved on to the last week just to fill in a couple of things, and then I will continue. So I marked in that my iCloud is due on the 25th, which I really don't know why I didn't get an iCloud subscription like sooner, because it's actually, I think I mentioned this before, but it's really cheap. It's like $1.50 or something for like 50 gigabytes of space, which is really cool, because then that way I can back up like all my shop stuff onto the cloud, as well as on an external hard drive, because I've had bad luck with external hard drives in the past with them like breaking on me for some reason. So yeah, and then on the 26th I marked in Australia Day, and then I also marked in on the 20th that Baekhyun is having his like Japanese album release. Baekhyun is a member of EXO, so yeah. I don't know why I'm like trying to explain K-pop things in this video. If you like K-pop, comment down below, and if you don't, that's totally fine. It's sort of just like my hyperfixation of the moment. So yeah, I just haven't really been keeping up with like Western artist releases. I used to, and then I got into K-pop, and then that kind of just stopped. So yeah, so then moving on to the other half, I just put in the top bar, and then I put in the sidebar, which again, it's sort of like the sidebar, I kind of made it so that it fits perfectly, but the top bar kind of like was a little too long. So again, I do trim that off camera once I finish the spread. And then I did just add in the like Happy New Year box for New Year's Eve, because obviously that was a day not in the month. So I put in the New Year's Day little like strip, and then I marked in that my Etsy bill was due that day. And then I also had driving that day, so I used the other car icon from the kit just to mark that in, and I did write on the paper. So yeah. And then on the, what was the next thing I did? I think I marked the second next. Did I? Is that what I did next? Yes. On the second, I marked in that I purchased a pass for yoga, so I got like a 10 class pass for this yoga studio that we were going to last year before COVID, because Mum and I wanted to sort of go back because the instructor that we've really enjoyed is back at the studio. So that's the main reason why we got the pass, because it's good if you're only going to like one class a week, whereas like the membership that they have is better if you're going to go multiple times a week. But seeing as we're only going to go to that one class, we just decided to get the 10 class pass, which will last us basically 10 weeks. So yeah. And then I just added in the date dots because I realized I was taking like a long time kind of doing this, but I was really enjoying like planning this. This was kind of like a nice relaxing thing for myself. So on the 7th, I marked in that my phone bill was due, which technically it's like not a phone bill as such. I just pay transfer the money to my dad because my dad pays my phone bill because like I'm on his like account, if that makes sense. Because the more devices you have on an account, like the phone company gives you a discount. So he has like my phone, his phone, like the Apple Watches, and like a few other things that he's sort of like bought, I guess. So yeah, and then I marked in that I had my doctor's appointment, which is just my monthly allergy appointment. I also marked in that that was the day that Dad moved house. So yeah, just with a little house icon. And then I was running out of space, but that day I received my birthday gift from my mum's friend, who's basically like my auntie in a sense. So that was super exciting. She always sends like a gift for my birthday, and she usually sends something for mum as well. So yeah, and I did get like a little gift voucher, because that's normally what I get for my birthday, is a gift voucher that I could use at Officeworks. So I'm very excited because I'm going to use that to buy some more like Tombow markers and maybe another organization system for my stickers, because that's usually what I go to Officeworks for. So yeah. And that little like parcel icon is from the GP Studio, because I did try to pull in some like extra stickers if I needed to, but I did try to use like majority from the kit as well. So then on the 8th, I marked in that I actually had a work dinner, because that was sort of like our belated like Christmas, New Year's work dinner, just because we weren't able to do it during like the Christmas period because everyone was really busy, and just people's schedules just didn't really line up, and people did their own thing and whatnot. So we ended up doing it that day, which was really nice. And we went to this like restaurant that's in the like mall where we work, which is quite nice. And then I did also get my nails done that day, so I used the Mani Time sticker, which is from 𝚜𝚑𝚘𝚎𝚘𝚎 paper, just over one of the extra little blank labels from the kit. So yeah, you can't really notice my nails, but they are sort of just like a little clear glitter, like SNS color. And I did also get my toenails done as well, in a nice little pink color, which is quite fun for summertime. So then I marked in, I think here I was just checking what time my hair appointment was, because I'm getting my hair done on my birthday, just because Mum and I have this like blow dry card that we get from like the local salon. So you pay like in advance, and then you get, I think it's like 10 blow dry sessions or like 5 blow dry sessions. So yeah, so last time we went, we booked in for my birthday, because the like hairdresser actually extended our card because she was going to be away when it expired. So she was like, oh, I'll give you an extra week. So it actually ended up working out well, so I could get my hair done on my birthday. And I also used the little my birthday label from the kit as well. And then I just marked in some sort of like bills, which the one on the 15th isn't really a bill. It's actually like a charity donation, but it just comes out directly. So yeah, for the like life-saving society, which is very important because, Australia, everyone needs to learn how to swim and whatnot. So yeah. And then the 16th is my Viki subscription, which is like an Asian drama like website app thing, streaming service. So yeah, and then I also just marked in work on the 16th as well, in the same way that I'd marked it in previously, just with a piece of deco and this script, which is from Arctic Paper Studio. And then on the 21st, I marked in that season 5 of Riverdale starts, which, don't judge me, Riverdale is my guilty pleasure show. I know it's kind of a mess, and like the first season is the only really good season, but I'm kind of interested to see where it goes, because the end of the 4th season kind of got really interesting. It kind of got really creepy too with the concept, but it's kind of interesting. So I'm very intrigued to see what they do with this season. I don't know if it's the last season they'll do. I'm thinking it is, but who knows. So yeah, and then I marked in that the PBC sale is on towards the end of the month, so I used the little vacation strip with the credit card icon. And then on the 23rd, Dad and I are going to Adventure World, which is sort of like this, what are they called? like it's like a water park, but it has like dry rides as well, and they do this thing in January of every year. They do like, if you go on a Saturday, they have like a evening session, so like you can go from, I think it's like 6:30 to like 10 o'clock or something, which is quite fun. They used to do it as like an adults only thing, but now it's like an all ages event. So yeah, so we picked that Saturday just because it worked the best with our schedule. So very excited about that. And that pool day icon thing is from Murdoch Talks. I don't think she sells that anymore, but I could be wrong. And then on the 28th, you can't really see what I put there, but I marked in that Hyuna is having her comeback. And then I also just marked in work. And then I think I was trying to work out how I wanted to mark in the moon phases, because that's something I've always liked to put in my planner. So I ended up using the flag that's from the kit, and then I pulled in a little like asterisk icon, which is from the GP Studio. It was left over from a kit, I think, but it matched quite well because it had this like sort of dark navy color. So I marked in that the full moon in Leo is on the 29th, and then I wanted to mark in the new moon in Capricorn. So I used the little asterisk that was left like from the like date dots page. So yeah, and then I did end up writing that in off camera. And then I wanted to mark in also my Pilates membership, because that's something that comes out of my account every week. It's sort of like an ongoing payment. So yeah, so it comes out on a Sunday. So I just marked in the first Sunday, and then I used the sort of vacation strip just to denote that it comes out every other Sunday. I guess every Sunday, but you know what I mean. Anyways, so yeah, that's pretty much the spread. And yeah, so here we go. I did trim everything that needed to be trimmed and filled out pretty much almost everything. I realized that I forgot to fill in the sort of like new moon sort of section, but that's fine because I did end up filling that again off camera. But yeah, here is the finished spread, and I really like how this turned out. I do want to apologize just in case it was blurry at any time, because I did lose sunlight. It like hid behind a cloud, and I couldn't actually film with like my curtains and everything open because it was really hot yesterday. So I do apologize for that. But yeah, I'm really happy with how this turned out. I do have a few icons left, so I can use those for like memory keeping purposes, and same with like the labels and whatnot. And I probably will end up bringing additional stickers in if I need to, like for Happy Mail and, you know, any other stickers where I don't have any more icons left, like say for example car icons for my driving and whatnot. But yeah, that's pretty much the spread, and I'm super excited to be using Caress Press monthlies for the rest of the year. I actually have ordered my February and March ones, so yeah, I'm super excited to use those. Sorry that this voiceover is super awkward. I was trying to talk enough about like what I was doing without it being like, and this sticker, and this sticker. So yeah, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys. But I really wanna tell you that I'm still